Hello class 10 students, welcome to my channel Online Biology Tutorials. In this video we will study heterotrophic nutrition. I hope you are clear with autotrophic nutrition. If you haven't watched the video on autotrophic nutrition, please do watch out once because it is a lengthy concept in comparison to the one which we'll be studying. Now, heterotrophic nutrition is a one where an organism cannot prepare its food. So this is one thing which will be there, but an organism cannot live without food because there are many systems working inside, and to sustain, to be alive, an organism definitely requires food as a fuel, right? So autotrophic nutrition is a one in which we included plants, and certain bacteria are also a part of it. Right? In heterotrophic nutrition, an organism is dependent upon the other, and who will be this other in this case? It will be plants only, because plants, they only have the power to utilize the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy. So heterotrophic nutrition is a one in which organism will derive energy from the other because that organism itself cannot prepare the energy. So majority of the organisms on the earth, all the animals, they are included in this category. Only plants and few bacteria, they are autotrophic. They have the power to synthesize the energy. Rest, all the organisms, that means organisms in this category of nutrition, they are in major amount, right? So the organisms on earth, they widely belong to this category where they derive the nutrition from the others because they themselves cannot produce the food. Now in this category, heterotrophic nutrition, there are two words which you should understand: parasite and saprophyte. Parasite and saprophyte. Remember, if an organism is acting as a parasite, then the nutrition will be known as parasitic nutrition. Okay, if an organism is acting as a parasite, of course the name of the nutrition shown by that organism would be parasitic nutrition. Whereas if an organism is occurring as a saprophyte, then the type of nutrition shown by that organism would be saprophytic nutrition. So both are the types of heterotrophic nutrition. An organism can show parasitic nutrition or saprophytic nutrition under heterotrophic nutrition. Now what is parasite? Suppose an organism is there and it cannot prepare its own food. So it must be dependent upon an organism, and that organism will be known as host, right? Now let's take an example of the worms or the tapeworms that occur in the human body. That tapeworm is actually an example of a parasite because it cannot prepare its own food and it is dependent upon the host. Host in this case will be human being. Now what is the main essentiality to act as a parasite? In this case, the host has to be living. This is very important thing. In parasitism, this is a relationship between two organisms. Parasitism is the name of the relationship. Okay, if an organism is occurring as a parasite, that means there will be two organisms. One will be the parasite, another will be the host. Parasite will live on the host, but the only thing that is required is that host should definitely be living, right? So in parasitic nutrition, there will be two organisms. One will be the parasite and another will be the host. Parasite will be at benefit and host will be at loss. Parasite will only be existing in the host if that host is living. Now you might have seen in the rural areas, louse occurs in the hair of the children. So louse is an example of the parasite, and the hair in which it occurs, it is usually of the human being, right? So, and that human being is alive, so that will be occurring as the host, right? So in parasitism, we have seen that host has to be alive. Now in saprophyte also an organism will not be able to prepare its own food, but here the host has to be dead, right? An individual will be, an organism will be occurring as a saprophyte because it cannot prepare its own food. So a saprophyte will be an organism that has to derive nutrition from others, and that other would be the host. Here that host has to be dead. Now what are the various examples of saprophytes? Eagle, vulture, they fall in this category because they feed upon the dead organisms, right? So this is very important, that heterotrophic nutrition is a one where an individual cannot prepare its own food. Thus, to sustain its life, it has to derive nutrition from others. Now in deriving nutrition, it may fall in the category of parasite or it may fall in the category of saprophyte. Now, other than these examples which I have given you for the parasites, search any one parasite that resides on cattle. Okay, you have to find any one parasite that resides on cattle. When I say on cattle, that means I am talking about a parasite that resides externally, and whenever any parasite it resides externally, it falls in the category of ectoparasite. Ecto means outside. As I gave the example of louse in human hair, louse resides externally, so it falls in the examples of ectoparasite. Whereas I gave the example of worm in human stomach, that goes inside the body. That is why it falls in the category of endoparasite. Endo means inside, and parasite we have already understood. So you need to give one example of ectoparasite in the chat. Whosoever will be participating, they will be getting a feedback and a shout out in the upcoming video. Tune for more learning videos. In next video, we will talk how amoeba and paramecium they derive their nutrition. I hope you have understood the video. Don't forget to hit the like button. You can subscribe to my channel because you will be getting videos throughout the year of the complete syllabus. Don't forget to press the bell icon also, because by this you will get the recent updates. Thank you.